Hi, welcome to the Forest of Arden. This is the beautiful 16th hole. My name is Chris Ryan and today's video is all about wrist set in the backswing and ensuring you keep some good width, which is definitely going to help you hit the ball better and probably a little bit further as well. So what do we mean by width? And then we're going to go ahead and talk about how the wrist set can influence this. So in terms of width, we're really talking about how far the hands are away from you. So width would be moving this way. Width would not be where the club head is to the body. So this is not necessarily wider than this. It's all about where the hands are relative to the body. So how does the grip, or how does the wrist set influence this? Well, it would not be uncommon for me to see a golfer where they make a nice initial move away to the golf swing, but as they start to set the wrists and create some hinge, the lead arm would start to break down a little bit and they end up being a little bit too narrow. So the hands and the arms are a little bit too close to the body. We would like to get a little bit more width in there, okay? And the reason we want to do that is because it's going to help you keep the lead arm straight, and the little bit more width we can create in that backswing is going to help you generate a little bit more speed on the way down. You're going to get a little bit more time as the club is going to travel a little bit further. So the breakdown of that lead arm, I often see that happening when the golfer starts to set the wrists. So wrist set being this motion here. And you'll notice that for the majority of golfers, when they set the wrist, they can do that with the lead arm staying straight. But in the golf swing, we often see that lead arm break down. So all we're really going to do in this video is give you a little idea, a little concept which you can do if you feel that you are that golfer who falls into that category where the lead arm breaks down a little bit. And we're going to think about the two parts of the grip. So this is we're going to call this the butt end of the grip, and we're going to call this the bottom of the grip. So the bottom of the grip, the top end or the butt end of the handle. Now, what you'll notice is when I take my setup, if I just move myself into this position here, and I'm just going to take my hand off. Now watch what happens when I start to create some wrist set here. The grip end of the golf club is going to move further away from me, as the bottom of the grip is going to move closer to me. So there's a slight difference here. The butt of the club moves further away from me, as this part of the grip moves closer to me. Now the reason that happens is because the hands are set down here. They're not set at the top of the golf club. So what I will see very, very often is a golfer who moves the club to here, but they're not really focusing on the grip end of the club. They're focusing more on the bottom of the grip. And when the bottom of the grip moves towards you, the arms often get a little bit closer and a little bit more flexed. So what I really want you to focus on is as you get yourself to this takeaway, when you start to set the wrists, I want you to focus on the butt of the club being pushed away from you as this part comes towards you. And as we can do that, we're going to find that helps us keep some good width in the golf swing. So you'll notice if I do the two rehearsals, you're going to see this one where I'm not really focused on the butt end of the club. I try and create that wrist hinge, but it's not done in the right way. And then the one we want is where I feel like I push the grip of the club away, and that's going to create some good hinge in those wrists. So really it's a concept of push and pull. I'm trying to pull this part of the grip towards me, and I'm trying to push this part of the grip away from me. And if I show what that looks like in normal speed, okay, what that really does for me is that pushing of the grip away from me and pulling towards me keeps me having some good extension. Okay, notice how that width does not come at the expense of me moving off the golf ball, and I'm not really trying to keep the club head as far away from me as I can. All I'm trying to do is rotate my chest and feel I push the butt end of the club away from me and pull this part of the grip towards me. That gives you some great extension. I can then hold that up to the top. It's going to give me a great position, nice and wide. That's going to help you generate some speed on the way down. So we're not talking really about how the wrist set. We're just talking about a concept that you can think about when you're practicing, focusing on the two ends of the handle and how that can really influence your wrist set and more importantly, the width that you've got in your backswing. It is not uncommon to see those golfers start with good arm structure, but halfway back, they're really struggling to keep that width. If this is you, focusing on this, I think can really, really help. Okay, let's go ahead and hit a shot into this 16th green. Flag is a little bit left, and as you can see, it's pretty well protected with some water, so I'm going to try and rehearse that first. Good width, using the wrist set we talked about. Okay, fraction right, but it should be on the green, and at least I'm putting with my next shot. Okay, how to set the wrist, really important. If you do it incorrectly, you're going to find you get a little bit narrow. The lead arm is going to break down. Often difficult to recover from that. In the backswing, we'd like to keep some good width. Thinking about how you move the grip end of the golf club and which part of it, I think, can really help you create some good width and some better arm structure in your golf swing. Thank you very much for watching. All the usual stuff is down below. There's a comments box, there's a like button, and there's also a link to subscribe. It is absolutely free. It just means you'll get a notification each time I upload a video. 3 videos each week, hopefully going to help you play some better golf. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here again soon.